win in court, it does not mean you get to show up at your house and just walk in the front door and take your property back. There is a 10-day period where that tenant still has their rights to be there and get out in a timely fashion. If they are not out at that time, you will make a scheduled call. You will have to contact the sheriff's department, and they will schedule a time with you to meet at the property in the coming days. And what you need to know, and I always double check with them because the sheriff's department doesn't tell me all of these things. I actually learned at the property the hard way the first time, and so now being prepared, I know what to bring to the table, and that's having the proper amount of people show up with the sheriff, so that way you can put the personal property of the tenants stuff out on the curb for another 48 hours. And so you're thinking, man, that's like 10 days after I win. Now I gotta schedule something with the sheriff. Then they're gonna meet me out there. They could at that point hand me possession with getting the tenant out in handcuffs practically if need be. And then I have to still put the tenant's personal property out on the curb. If you do not show up to the property with a proper crew to take out all the personal property, the sheriff department will leave right then and there and say you'll have to reschedule. And so then that delays everything even longer because you didn't come prepared. And honestly, it can happen to a lot of people in Knox County. When you call the sheriff, definitely make sure you ask, what all do I need to do to be prepped so that way you can give me possession and I can get my property back. I always suggest renting a U-Haul, and what this will do is you can take out all the personal property, put it in the back of the U-Haul, let it sit there unlocked with the back end open, and that's on purpose to allow the tenant to have the opportunity to grab their stuff during those 48 hours, and then you can then drive off with that U-Haul without having to load it once again into a trailer, which cuts down on labor cost to then take to the dump and get rid of everything and get your property back the next day.